Hey all, welcome back to our podcast. It's now currently weekly, our weekly podcast. I think it's my turn to say canonically incorrect. Canonically incorrect. Canonically incorrect. So this is our second episode. Before we get started, we really do want to talk about something. We are on the Twitter, as the kids say. If you want to follow us on Twitter, please you can locate it at our I'm so bad with this social media stuff. It's
hashtag, you mean? No.
Hashtag, no, maybe. It's the at symbol. Yeah. It's canon_incorrect. All one word.
And if you don't know, it's always on the YouTube video.
Yeah, we always post it on the YouTube video. We are still currently posting our podcast on YouTube. That may or may not change depending on how things go in the future.
I mean, we might put on webcam depending.
Yeah. But some special episodes, we might have video of us playing games or goofing around. But for the most part, this is a podcast first, obviously, so it's audio first. We might get on Twitch and do a couple, if we get enough followers.
I do Twitch all the time by myself, but...
I see how it is. So we'll do a Twitch, like, for this channel. Yeah. We'll get a channel and, maybe a play or board game night or something like that, play with us. So we're figuring that out. And just in case you don't know, my name is Zach.
My name's Eugene.
And we are your co-hosts for Canonically.
Whatever.
One day we're going to solve this.
I mean, we could go to Google, but we never will.
It's cheating.
I know.
We created the name, damn it. We can call it whatever we want.
We're going to get some guy well, actually, it is not canonically or canonically, but it is canonically. Wait, what?
Canonically. You have to put the emphasis, Christopher Walken. Canonically.
Yeah, exactly.
Canonically incorrect.
Canonically.
Canonically incorrect. This show, just in case this is your first time tuning in, is really everything on geek culture.
Yeah, at least our two geek cultures.
Yeah,
we're not very big into board games. I mean, we do play it.
Right.
But, yeah.
We will occasionally have special guests. We are working, I don't know if you know, I talked to Choi Boy.
Yep, he said he wants to be on.
So we're going to have a guest then, and our friend Brad might be on to talk about some horror movies in the future. We're going to do...
we should especially that on Halloween.
Yeah, so the next probably 2 months, around September, October time, we'll do
one with Brad. Yeah, definitely
talking about horror movies, what to pick. Actually, while we're on topic, we'll talk more about this. I recently got a free trial on Shudder. It's a Netflix for horror movies. I might talk about that in Greek potpourri for a little bit. So I just got that. So how the show works is geek culture. Not every day is every week is every single thing in geek culture.
Yeah, it's just we sometimes theme it out. And today it's video games.
Yeah, today is mainly focusing on video games.
Free to play specifically.
Free to play, yeah. I thought a good episode title for this would be Sequel, because the first one is Origins. This is our second episode. But at the same time, that's just redundant since we kind of...
I know. A sequel could be the 1 year special.
Yeah, maybe. I'll talk about sequels, but I thought, it's a little redundant. Let's talk about video games specifically.
Yeah. First specifically is that Games Done Quick is happening.
Yeah, if you're not aware, Eugene, why don't you tell people what Games Done Quick is and where they can find it?
So, I don't remember the exact Twitch, but you could just type in Games Done Quick and you'll find it on Google. But it is a charity towards their choosing. Normally, it's either towards cancer prevention or Doctors Without Borders.
Yeah, it's Doctors Without Borders
during summer. Yeah. And they usually speedrun games and just take in donations. That's simply what it is.
Yeah, it's on Twitch. You watch it. You watch these people speedrun video games.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
But it can be very it's very, I hate to use the word comfy a lot.
Depending on who's commentating too.
Right. Depends on the game, but usually Kirby games are very comfy to watch. Some Mega Man games are
or just seeing games play in a way that you've never seen before.
Yeah, so if you're just interested, maybe, it's something to do video game wise. It's going on, I think, until Monday next. So we got a week left.
We got about a week, yeah.
By the time you guys watch this, it'll be probably
halfway over.
Yeah.
You know what? They don't need to know.
They don't need to know. Well, for all you know, we are in the future. But it does end, I think, July 1st, roughly.
I think you're right. I think.
So if you want to check it out, go to Twitch, type in Games Done Quick.
And it's on 24 hours.
Yeah, it's 24 hours, which is nice. Yeah. So at 5 a.m., you want to watch some guy speed run Castlevania or whatever.
And murder your favorite childhood game.
Yeah, so watch that. And there's pretty much every game, not just oldies, but there are some newer ones that they are streaming. Also,
Steam sale's on.
Steam sale. For those of you who don't know, Steam sale happens all the time, but the big one is in the summer. And Christmas, I guess you can argue.
Yeah, they're both the big ones, yeah. I mean, some of the games are pretty nice though this year, but they haven't been as amazing as some of the years before. But they're still pretty good.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Eugene and I were talking about how the past couple years...
I think it's not like they were bad sales, just a lot of games... a lot of AAA games were put on there.
Yeah, there's a lot of AAA games, and these AAA games, they don't have the biggest sale. Like, you're not going to find a 90% off a AAA game
or
unless it's 20 years old.
Yeah, I mean, like, not even 50% off.
Yeah, the majority of the AAA games I've seen are about 30% off.
I mean, still a good sale.
Still good. I mean, if you're looking, like, if you want, like, something that on the PC.
That's true.
And you want to play it now, then but I mean, for the most part, you might want to wait on a lot of these. But Eugene and I have kind of gone over some of the Steam games on sale, and we're going to talk about some of the ones that we think are worth a buy as they are.
Yeah, we just put up a list in front of us, or at least the Steam list, under $10, and Enter the Gungeon is one of them. And if you are into those roguelikes, hard difficulty games, I do recommend that game.
Yeah, and Enter the Gungeon is Diablo-like with a roguelike.
Yeah, and bullet hell.
Yeah, bullet hell. It's like a good mix of genre, and currently it's 50% off. Normally it's $15, but right now you can get it for like $7.50, which is a pretty good deal.
I mean, it also goes on sale, but not this low.
Yeah, you'll see it on sale a lot, but usually it's not quite at 50%.
Yeah.
Another good one. I'm seeing Rocket League. Rocket League is great and all, but
I've never actually played Rocket League.
I'm against playing Rocket League because I got it for free on the PSN deal way back when it first came out.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, it's good for a free game, but I think it's overrated. Let's see.
Fallout New Vegas.
New Vegas. Yeah.
It's like $3.30.
New Vegas is my favorite Fallout game since 3. I mean, 3 kind of redid the genre a little bit.
Yeah, I do like of the recent years. That's probably one of my favorites.
Yeah, like I wasn't a huge fan of 3, but New Vegas is very good. If you want like a Fallout experience and you have not played New Vegas yet, get it. It's currently at almost 67% off. So for like $3.30, you can play one of my favorite Fallout games.
And then there's Borderlands, which is something I absolutely love. Borderlands 2.
Yeah.
I love that game, which is currently $5. I would recommend that.
Yeah, Borderlands 2 is really good, especially if you have friends.
Yeah. And then Hollow Knight's next on that list at $10. If you're really into the whole Metroidvania, Castlevania thing, but wish it was slightly harder, it's pretty much that.
Yeah, I've not played it, but someone told me it's like Metroidvania meets Dark Souls-esque.
Okay, so the only Dark Souls-esque part is that every time you die, you lose your level up orbs, and that's the only Dark Souls-esque part.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it's really not Dark Souls-esque. It's just slightly hard. It's just a harder Metroidvania.
And so Hollow Knight, if you like Metroidvanias, it's really good. I've seen it. It looks very pretty. You play as like a bug of all things, right? An insect.
Well, sorta, but that's doing a spoiler.
So they'll talk about that. But he's like he's going and he's on this journey. And so if you want something that's Metroidvania like Hollow Knight, I've not played it, but Eugene has.
I have, and I do recommend it.
And that's currently at just under $10.
Yep.
Let's see, what else we got here? Well, if you haven't played Rise of the Tomb Raider, I'm not a fan of it, but a lot of people like those games.
Wait, how is this under $10 on that list?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, I don't know. We're looking at the under $10 thing, and Rise of the Tomb Raider is under. Maybe it's
$18.
It must be the basic is cheaper. This is the collector's edition or something like that.
That could be true. Yeah.
Oh my god, what have I done?
You've killed us all.
Yeah. All right. So let me click on this and see. Because Rise of the Tomb Raider, although I myself am not big on the Tomb Raider games,
I've never been a fan of them.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
there we
go. The season pass.
Season pass is on. All right, the 20-year celebration. I don't know. Oh, this includes the season pass.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
All right, we're so confused. We're really prepared for this, as you can tell. So anyway, if you want to play the new Lara Croft games,
I mean, it is a pretty good sale though. So even if you do not,
I mean, it's 70% off. So it's normally a $60 game. With the 20-year celebration, it's only $18.
So that's a pretty good deal, I'd say.
If you like new Lara, I'm not a huge fan of it. It plays too much like Uncharted, which I know Lara Croft came before Uncharted, but like the gameplay was different.
The old Lara Croft is different from Uncharted.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, it's the same, but it plays different. This new Lara Croft plays like Uncharted meets come out every year now.
Call of Duty?
No. Yeah.
Madden?
Oh my god. The first one, he's on an island. Oh my god.
Far Cry?
Far Cry, thank you. Oh my god. I kept on thinking of F. I'm like, I don't know what's the F. Far Cry. It's kind of Far Cry meets Uncharted.
Yeah, that makes sense.
For Lara Croft. So if you're really into that, that's great. Let's see if there's anything else that we see on this sale. We're not going to spend too much more time on it because you guys can. We're not going to do your work for you. You guys can do this.
I mean, they can look it up themselves at this point.
Yeah, we're just giving our
at least our first eyesight,
our recommendations. Yeah. It's only 50% off.
I mean, it's a $10 game normally, and it's $5.
Yeah, we're talking about Undertale,
and they do have to make money in that sense.
Yeah, Undertale's pretty good. That's another. Would you call that a Metroidvania?
No, it's not. It's an RPG.
I'm thinking of Cave Story.
Oh yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Undertale is the game I can't stand. I know what it is. It's like you go about fighting differently. It's an RPG, but like your fighting mechanics are mini games.
Depending on the fight, yes.
Yeah, and you can choose to fight or not fight. And apparently, there's a great ending that it's spoilerish if I talk about it, so I won't. But if you want an old school like NES style, I would almost say Atari style.
No, it's close to NES. It's because Atari is really, really bad.
NES style RPG, turn-based esque.
It's not even. Yeah, it is turn-based esque. Yeah.
Undertale. I mean, for $5, I played a little bit of it and it didn't catch my interest.
I enjoyed it, but I don't think I enjoyed it as much as other people did.
I will say the fan base for Undertale are the worst. So
I think once you get like fan base so hard, it's the worst.
I mean, yeah. Look at Rick and Morty.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to be a hipster, but I was watching Rick and Morty when it first aired.
I watched like when season 2 aired because
I got all my friends into it, and now the fan base is so I can't stand the fan base of Rick and Morty.
And then there's a fun party game if you're willing to ever do that is Keep Talking Nobody Explodes. It's a game where you're supposed to, you can use your phone or print out like manuals for the game, which you do need to play. And it tells you how to disarm the bombs. And the person disarming the bomb cannot look at the manual.
Huh.
And you cannot look at the screen that the guy's disarming the bomb with.
Oh, that's interesting.
So,
I've never heard of it.
So, like, if we were to play, I would have a bomb on my screen and you'd be, like, somewhere else or not even look at the screen trying to tell me how to disarm it while I tell you everything about it.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So it's a great party game.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're like disarming a literal bomb.
And
someone's telling you on the phone.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that.
It's actually a really fun game.
Let's see, Dark Souls 2 with Scholar of the First Sin is 75% off at $10. It's definitely worth a play. It's not the best Dark Souls game.
I mean, I don't think it's bad as everyone says it is, but it is definitely the worst.
It's the worst. Yeah, it's not bad. It's just the worst. I would say Dark Souls 3 is better than 2.
I think Dark Souls 3 is the best of the series.
I agree. I can't believe we had never talked about it because everyone always says the first Dark Souls. But
it's that they've got a lot of things right.
Yeah, I like Dark Souls 3.
I do too.
Anyway, Dark Souls 2 is currently 75% off. It includes all the DLC, it looks like. So, Stalker's always on sale. Call the Pripyat. I'm sure I butchered that just like canonically incorrect. But
Canonically?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean canonically? I don't know.
Yeah, well, no one ever know. Warhammer 40K.
That's always generally pretty good. Oh my god.
I keep hitting the side.
And then don't forget about, what's it called? The Duck Game. Have you ever played Duck Game?
Duck Game.
It's a fun couch competitive game.
No, I've not.
So it's basically you're running around as ducks, trying to kill each other with different weapons.
Neat.
And the level changes every level.
All right. And then the last thing I do want to mention before we move on is Papers, Please. That's on sale for half off, so it's $5 right now. And I believe the sale goes on to July 5th, just in case you're wondering.
I don't know how long that actually lasts.
I could be lying to you. I could easily look up, but I refuse.
Refuse at this point.
July 5th. That's what I'm going to say. So I guess I could easily click. But Papers, Please, if you've never played it, it's actually a...
It's a game you try to prevent people from crossing.
Yeah, you're in border control of sorts, or immigration, whatever you want to call it. And your job is you ask for these people's papers and see what they're doing. And you're like, your job is to see if they are here legally
or illegally, or trying to commit fraud, or whatever.
It's like it's hard to explain, but if you're looking for like a puzzle-ish game, which is actually a lot harder than it looks.
Okay, so the thing is, like, it's easy when you take your time. But in this game, you cannot take your time because you have to take care of many people within a certain amount of time.
Yeah, so you're rushed.
You are rushed.
If you like those like fast-paced puzzle-esque games where you have to use clues and all that and make gut decisions, you will really like this game. And it is $5. I've only played a little bit of it, but I like it. I occasionally will still come back to it, and like I've never beat it. I'll be honest, because it's one of those games where I'll just play like when I have nothing else to do.
Oh yeah, I can see that. I've never beaten it myself.
So it's $5, and I just checked, and I was right. July 5th. What? That's when it ends. All right. So that's about it for the Steam news. We're gonna move on to our next section, which we call Geek Potpourri,
which is everything and nothing at the same time.
Basically, it's what's new with us and if we've been doing anything new that's not about the theme of today's episode, which again is free to play.
Yeah.
So, has there anything you want to talk about?
Besides Blaze Blue tag battle,
yeah,
I've not been doing much.
I walked in on Eugene watching himself play Blaze Blue.
I have all these random recordings. I'm like, I don't remember pressing
he's learning. He's going to be a pro. That's his dream. You're going to become a pro at Blaze Blue, huh?
I want to become a pro one day at something. Even if it has to be pro masturbation.
You will have to take the crown from me, so good luck.
I've taken the crown from many people, apparently.
Mostly me. I put a lot of work, damn it. Don't undermine how much work I put into that title.
I barely put any work into it.
I put in so much work. I've given up so much. Everyone's outside playing when I was a kid. They're like, hey, Zach, you want to go out and play in the sun? I'm like, no, I'm going to play video games and masturbate. What are you talking about? I earned that title.
Mom's basement. You got to go there first.
Yeah. So, for me, the new stuff is, we talked about Steam sale. Yeah. Games done quick. I don't think there's anything. Oh, Shudder. I want to talk about Shudder. I knew there was something. So, I'm always on a horror movie kick. Me and Brad, we always go to these horror movie conventions. We're going to one in August. Okay. A Horror Hound. And Bruce Campbell's going to be there, which, if you know who he is, I'm excited to meet him. Evil Dead.
Yeah.
But Netflix and Amazon and Hulu, I've been watching movies on there, horror movies. Okay. And they have a good selection, but they don't have a great selection of horror movies. They don't have a lot of indie or good indie.
Oh, okay. They only have the popular indie?
If that. I mean, the movie selection on Netflix isn't great. To begin with, like, no one gets Netflix for their movie selection. You get it for the shows mostly anymore.
You get it for the binge watching of Office.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad we know exactly what we're talking about.
So Shudder is another streaming service. Yeah, another one. I haven't paid for it yet because I had a promo code. You can. I'm not gonna. They're not sponsoring us. Sponsor us. But I found a promo code online, and it gave me. Normally, you get 7 days free. I get 30 days free with the promo
cool.
code. Yeah. So I have 30 days free. I'll let you guys know as I did watch 2 movies yesterday on it, and I looked at the collection. So it is strictly really thriller horror movie. And a lot of them are indie, and they're in quotation marks. I'm doing air quotes here. They say exclusive to Shudder.com. So they have exclusive ones. And I watched one that was called Mayhem, which stars Stephen Wynn or Ewan, the guy from Walking Dead. That Glenn.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I don't know his actual name.
I think it's Stephen. It's Stephen Yuen. I don't know how you pronounce that.
Yeah, I don't know how you.
Sometimes I think it might be Wynn. Believe it or not, like
I could see either way.
Ewan. I'm gonna say Ewan because I think I've heard that too. But Stephen Ewan from The Walking Dead is in it, and it's really cool. I mean, for what it is, it wasn't really a horror movie, more of an action comedy thriller, but it's interesting. It's basically there's a virus that makes everyone react on their id. And they're stuck in an office building, and he just got fired. And so he's going to be upset.
I can see that. Yeah.
So it's kind of interesting, but they have other movies. Mostly they're indie. You're not going to find Friday the 13th or Halloween on this.
Okay.
So if you're looking for more indie, but they're somewhat well done, at least from what I can see, or lesser known titles that are still well done, then this is the thing for you. Normally it's $4.99 a month, so $5 a month. If you do a
That's
year,
not bad.
you say if a year it's like it's like $50 a year, so it's like $3.99.
That's actually really good pricing.
So if you're not if you only have Netflix or you only have Hulu and you don't have both, I'd recommend picking it up, especially if you're a horror movie fan. Definitely.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, especially for like $5 a month.
Yeah, I mean it's cheaper than everything. Of course, it's only horror movies. That's probably why.
Yeah,
and there's no TV shows. It's movies, so just keep that in mind. But yeah, I'm gonna probably watch one when I get home later tonight. Definitely, I don't know what I'm gonna watch yet. I've already added a couple to my watch list. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. So if you're a horror movie fan, you might want to check that out. And again, we're not being sponsored. Sponsor us.
One day.
All right, let's move on to the main event.
Free to play. So obviously, there's been a lot of free to play games, and me and Zach have played a couple of them. One of the ones that we've recently been playing together have been Paladins.
Yeah, Paladins is my new passion right now.
It's actually I know that it's an Overwatch clone. Don't get me wrong on that. But
yeah, for those of you who know, it's a hero shooter or like an Overwatch clone, if you will.
Yeah, but it is actually fairly well done.
I think it's more balanced than Overwatch.
I mean,
no, maybe not. I think it's balanced.
I want to say it's less balanced because all the customization kind of can break the game a bit.
Yeah,
but at the same time, you can play the game the way you want.
Yeah, you can customize your hero, not just with skins, which is great, but with cards. And these cards are free. You have them all unlocked.
Once you unlock the character.
Yeah.
And so you get given 15 points, and you have to build your cards with those 15 points.
Yeah, and some of them are it's really interesting. It's like a talent line for your hero.
Yeah, and
so reduce cooldown or increase a skill's damage or give you life when you use the skill.
Or reload better.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. So you can really customize it so you're not playing the exact same character, even if you are playing the same hero.
If we're playing the same character, it means Zach might play two completely different ways.
Yeah, I might play a more defensive tank, where I want him to be really tanky.
Yeah,
and his shield has more life, and I heal myself slowly over time when my shield is up. Where Eugene, maybe he wants his tank to be a little bit more supporty and do more damage. He can have his tank fire quicker and
faster
cooldown for his battle cry, which heals everyone around him and makes them deal damage.
Yeah, so it's a fairly good game, and like I said, it's still people call it an Overwatch clone. It's really better than that.
I like it. It's unique. Plus, there's a lot more customization. There's sprays you can unlock.
I feel that's the weakest point of the game is the spray.
There's not a lot of sprays right now,
and all of them are bad.
Yeah, but there's mounts because you do mount up at the very beginning to rush.
That, yeah.
You can't mount in the middle of a battle. It's as soon as you spawn until you get hit or you get off of it, you're on a mount.
Yeah.
But there's different mounts. I have a robot cat.
Oh, yeah, I have the Flaming Horse.
Yeah, so it's really interesting. It's free to play, completely free.
And the nice thing is, it's only, if you do want every character, it's $30 normally.
Yeah, and right now I think it's 25% off, because it was $22 or something like that.
Yeah.
Because I unlocked it because I was playing last week with Eugene, we were playing it, and I'm like, you know what, I really like this. And then the next day I checked and it was on sale. So.
Oh, great. And then while we're on high res, we're now going to talk about another game that we've been playing together just for this episode.
Yeah, so Battle Royale.
Or Realm Royale.
Yeah, well, Battle Royale is the genre.
Yeah.
It's really popular. Everyone knows Battle Royale, Fortnite and the like.
Yeah, and the thing you'll know between me and Zach is that we completely agree on this. We don't like this genre at all.
I hate Battle Royale. I think there's a whole discussion I can talk about how Battle Royale is destroying the gaming.
I do think that we could probably say that for an episode on...
Yeah, we'll talk about things that we don't like or things that are destroying the gaming.
Things we think are destroying.
Creatively destroying. Everything is Battle Royale now. There's not... freaking Call of Duty and Battlefield. They're doing... Yeah, Call of Duty doesn't even have a single player.
Oh.
Call of Duty's screw single player. $60 still, but there's no single player, and you can play, but we can play Battle Royale. It's all multiplayer. Which, don't get me wrong, I haven't played Call of Duty in forever.
I think the last time we played was 2 together.
2, yeah. I stopped playing, I think, at the first Black Ops, which is right after 2, I think.
I stopped after 2, so...
Yeah, so, I mean, the Battle Royale genre, if you're not familiar, it's 100 people, or sometimes less, like 80 to 100, depending on the game.
Or depending how people join, too.
But 100 is like the more norm. And basically, you jump off a floating vehicle of some sort.
Transportation of any sort.
And it's a giant map, and there's 100 of you, and the goal is to be the last person or last team, depending on what mode you play, standing. And you have no weapons. You sort of have no weapons in this genre, and you have to find everything in buildings and all that, and
kill each other.
So, and the map also shrinks over time.
That way, you're not camping forever.
And if you're not in the map when it shrinks, you pretty much lose life very rapidly until you die.
Yeah.
So that's the quick overview of what Battle Royale is for like the two of you that's never heard of it. Based on the movie Battle Royale, not Hunger Games, damn it.
Oh, I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, the movie, it was also a novel. It's Japanese, man.
Quiet you, I don't read novels.
Man, I know you're Korean, but like Korean and... Yeah, you guys aren't very... Let's go get a whole race war, because Koreans and Japanese aren't the best of friends. But,
depending who you talk to, but yeah.
World War II wasn't a good thing. So it's a Japanese movie, Battle Royale.
Okay.
It's the same thing. That's where they got the idea. But it's a bunch of school kids that pick up a backpack that has random gear in it.
Okay.
And they kill each other until there's one person standing. So anyway, it's based off that. And the game we played...
Realm Royale,
which is basically high res who does paladins.
I mean, I've at least played all of them at least a little bit for at least an hour. We've played each one for I've at least played each one for an hour.
Yeah,
and at least from that point of view, Realm Royale is probably the best of the 3.
Yeah, I played Fortnite and PUBG, which are the two reigning kings. People saying Fortnite overtook it. I don't know. I don't really follow.
I mean, it did if you're basing it on Twitch viewers.
But Realm Royale, which is still in alpha, has not released.
Yeah,
it's like it looks like it's using the Paladins engine, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, I don't know what engine it's using, but that's what it feels like.
It's like Paladins, and it's different. I like it. It's different enough. I don't love it because I hate the genre.
I hate the genre itself. I hate. I cannot say I like it because of genre.
But it does enough different where it's not just a. I mean, it's a clone, but it's not just a ripoff.
Oh yeah, it's not just a flat out ripoff like people say.
So the first thing is there's classes.
Classes do dictate the way you sort of play by giving you one, a passive, and two, what abilities your characters could actually use.
Yeah, you get 2 abilities that your class can use, and those are unlocked by finding chests in the game. You don't just get them.
And you can only use the ones that are for your classes.
And there's gear, just like any other game. You have helmets and chest pieces and weapons.
But you could also forge gear, which is something that I do not think any of them did.
You can forge gear by, if you get a piece of gear you don't like, you can destroy it and get shards, which is a currency to forge.
Yeah, so the thing is, you do have to watch out. You do not have to be at the forge actively, as we found out.
Yeah, you have to go to the forge, you activate it, but you don't have to stay there. You have 1 minute, 60 seconds, and it pops out a... legendary.
Well, whatever you tell it to pop out.
Yeah, legendary armor or legendary weapon, I think was
legendary
one.
Armor, legendary
card.
Skill.
A skill, yeah. Card.
Or healing items.
Yes.
Because you could also put those in there.
And so it's a little different. The skills are different. Like as mage, you might find in a chest a fireball skill.
Or the ability to fly a little bit.
Yeah, and there's upgraded versions of each skill, which slightly improves upon the skill.
Yeah.
So like your first passive, you can't really fly that good on it.
Yeah, we died so fast when we first played that.
Yeah, we suck at Battle Royale.
We also suck at Battle Royale. So if you really like the game, just also take our salt with a bit of...
Grain of salt.
Yeah.
Grain of salt. I think it's I don't know what the Korean version of that is.
Why are you? I'm doing the English version.
English. Yeah, take it with a grain of salt. I mean, it's good for what it is.
I mean, it's not terrible. Yeah, I'll agree on that.
So let's go back to Paladins real quick, because I think we should give it a score.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, out of 10, 5 is average. 5 does not mean it's terrible; it just means it's okay. I mean, it's worth playing. Maybe maybe check it out, but it's just average.
Especially with how they also do it at the paid shop and everything. I give Paladins a 9, to be honest.
I agree. I give it a solid 9. I love Paladins.
Like if they did like we'll probably talk about that later.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about something else about free to play in general later. But the shop we can talk about quickly. Just overview. The shop is fairly fair. It's your chests.
You could
cosmetic.
You could buy some cosmetic, or you could do chests with some cosmetic.
Yeah. So
and the thing is, none of the cosmetics give you any advantages. Like there is, if you got this cosmetic, you could fall fast. No.
Yeah, so Paladins, cosmetically, it's good.
And if you do want to pay for it, it's very entry friendly.
And I like the costumes. They're not quite on par, I'd say, with Overwatch, because Overwatch has Blizzard's power. Yeah, but they're not bad. Paladin skins are still good.
Americon.
There's a new one that came out. It's a tank, and he's like super patriotic looking. Like he has firework gun. He has like
an eagle on
eagles on his shoulders that spew out fireworks. I so want it. So yeah, I mean the shop is fair overall, and some of the stuff you can buy with gold and gems and
no gems is paid currency.
Gems, but you get free gems is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, you do get free gems.
You get 60 or 50. Let's see, 15 and 30, 45. I think.
40. I think that right, or 50.
Might be 50 a week.
Yeah.
So and the 50 can usually buy you one of the cheaper chests when they're on sale.
Oh yeah, when they're on sale. But then eventually, after 4 weeks, after a month, without paying anything, you don't even have to play the game. You just have to log on.
Yeah.
You can buy skin. So
yeah, Paladins 9 out of 10. Realm Royale, which is a Paladins battle royale-esque thing.
I know that originally it's supposed to be like playing the Paladins character in a battle royale style.
Yeah,
but they got rid of that.
Yeah, so I'd give it. Okay, I'm gonna give it 2 scores. One as a game and one as a battle royale.
I'm giving it my personal score. I think it's probably the best.
As a game itself, I would give it a 5, average. I don't like the battle royale genre. That's why. But if you're into the battle royale genre, I'd give it like a 7 or an 8. I think it's unique enough. It's an alpha, so it could get better and it could get worse. I'd say a 7 for now, since it's an alpha.
I give it a 3. I mean, I just like the whole format, and that kind of skews my point of view.
Right. That's why I gave 2. 1 for like.
And the thing is, like, I would probably give like PUBG probably like a 2. So
yeah, I mean, yeah. So we're just not. That's not our cup of tea. That's a young man's game, if you will. Young people. We want you to watch teenagers. Don't get us down. But we're older, and so I don't think you don't see too many people in their late 20s, early 30s playing PUBG.
I do think there probably are a lot. They're
usually younger 20s, like the Twitch streamers are young, yet they're richer than I am.
Another game on this list that we've also played a good amount of is Path of Exile.
Spoilers, love it. It's probably my that with Paladins are probably my top free to play games.
It's both really good, right? I agree on both of them are really good. Path of Exile is also very good in the sense that there's money doesn't actually get you anything, right? Because I don't remember.
Well, quickly, Path of Exile is an action RPG. Let's talk about that. It's if you Diablo like we kind of talked about with ARPGs,
which we'll dedicate an episode to.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of my favorite genres on PC anyway. I'm an RPG guy in general.
I know you are.
So any RPG, but Diablo is we talked about in the Origins. I love Diablo games. This is a lot of people say it's like Diablo 2 or how Diablo 3 should have been. It's like Diablo 2.5.
I don't think this is what Diablo 3 could have been because the system is so unique in a sense.
It is very unique. So it's an action RPG with classes, but your class really doesn't matter a whole lot. A little bit, but not a lot, because your skills are not tied to class.
Yeah, the only thing that really matters is like your talent.
Your stats will depend on where, and even then you can make there's like a marauder who's like your barbarian looking guy, but you can make him what they call a wander who uses wands and magic and totems. So you can do that.
I mean that whole like second class tree.
So it doesn't matter, but how it works is it's an AA RPG and skills are tied to gems that you socket into weapons or armor.
And then you can combine those gems with other gems too to make that even stronger, or with your talent tree.
Yeah, there's a support gems that might say support the thing that's linked to a gem that's linked to this gem attacks twice instead of once.
Or spreads out and force out.
Yeah, so there's like supports and all that.
Yeah.
I like the game. I don't think it's the best action RPG out there.
I personally do at the moment, but then I haven't played as many as you.
It's good. I mean, I've put a lot of hours in this. I don't even want to look at my Steam hours. Probably close to 200 or maybe.
You probably put way more. You definitely put much more than I have.
So I like it. The one thing I do not like about it, is the end game. But that's a story for the AARPG. This is a free-to-play game. So as a free-to-play, it is amazing. This game feels like a game that you'd pay $30 for.
Yeah, it really does. If you want to play like... it's definitely well thought out.
You don't have to. This is, and I literally mean this. I've never said this. I wouldn't. You do not have to spend any money into. I don't think I have spent way back. I bought a supporter pack before the game came out.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I put in. Was like $20 or $30. It gives you nothing. Oh yeah, so the shop is all cosmetic, so armor, skins, and stash tabs. But they give you a fair amount of stash tabs. It's not like they're trying to screw you out of stash. That's what a lot of these free to play games will do. They limit your inventory, but your starting inventory is more than enough on Path of Exile.
Oh yeah, I mean, I have played it too, and I have not needed to buy another stash.
You have plenty of space.
As long as you're willing to do some management,
now,
get rid of some of those bad items.
For those who are Twitch streamers of it or hardcore gamers that like are gonna, this has become their life, you might invest in a stash tab because those people probably like play nonstop
and probably would like to do much more varied builds.
Yeah,
min-max,
test more builds out. Every league. Just like Diablo 2 has leagues, they have leagues. Yep. They're a little bit better and cooler. I don't want to go into the specifics about that's AARPG.
You will say that, yeah.
But the leagues, every league I play at least one character or two characters. So
yeah, I think that's generally what we do.
It's fun. The end game's a little lacking, but the end game's okay. It's your typical get loot end game.
Get loot, run around, get more loot.
I think Diablo 3 does it a little better.
You did
the end game.
I can see that.
Because the end game's basically like Diablo 3's rifts, but I don't know. They're different. But for an action RPG, for a free-to-play game, you can't go wrong with Path of Exile. If you've not heard of it, look it up, download it. It is great. I'd give this, just like Paladins, a 9 out of 10.
I'd give this an 8. I mean... it's not my favorite genre, but I do really like the game a lot.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good game.
And then another game that we could talk on the list is, let's go somewhere different. Let's go into MMOs for a bit.
We'll go into MMOs for a little bit, but again, MMOs will be a separate episode, so we're not going to go... The reason why we're not going into specifics is because we're saving that for...
An actual
episode. These are just free-to-play games that we've played and our scores that we're giving.
And if we missed some of your favorites and you want us to talk about us, let us know.
Let us know. On the YouTube thing, comment, please. I think that's one of the algorithms YouTube uses.
Yes, it is.
Thumbs it up, thumbs it down. I don't care. They say it doesn't matter if it's thumb up or thumb down.
It doesn't matter as long as it gets reactions.
So, if we miss something, let us know and we can like put that in Geek Potpourri for next week or one of our episodes.
We'll talk about it in different episodes.
We'll bring it up. We want to be reactive to our audience, and we'll talk more about that as we close down for this episode because there's a couple things we want to mention before we end. But yeah, the next game is
whatever you want it to be. Any MMO, I guess at this point.
Any MMO, free to play. Let's do. Oh my god, there's so many.
You know what? Let's go with Terra because that's actually on the list and we both played it.
Yeah, we have a list in front of us. I was completely, my eyes glazed over. I was like, MMOs? Terra. Terra's a free-to-play game.
I've played way too much of that.
Eugene's played a lot more than I have.
Yeah, if you want to know anything about me, long story short, I keep getting top 100 in the PvP format whenever they do the seasons.
Yeah, so I want you to tell everyone what exactly Terra is and what separates it from, like, World of Warcraft.
So Terra is obviously a free-to-play MMO. The main difference is that it's not what's called a rotation-based MMO, which is like WoW and Final Fantasy.
Tab targeting or whatever you call it.
Yeah. It is an action-based, meaning that if you want to dodge something, you have to dodge it. You cannot rely on a dodge stat to dodge your attacks for you. Your enemies can miss their attack because you moved at a good spot.
Yeah, so it's it's
very different from the traditional MMOs.
It's very reactive, very fast paced. There is some skill based into this. Unlike
there's a lot of skill based.
Because it's almost like a fighter game esque.
It's like you're right. It's almost like a fighter esque game, but in an MMO format.
There's like combo actions you can do,
but not like a fighting game like DFO.
Right. We'll mention DFO in a second. Yeah. So it's like a hybrid. It's kind of like that. It's very interesting. The classes are interesting, but they are gender locked and race locked.
Well, some of them, but
some are.
The older class aren't, but the newer class are. Some of them are gender locked and race locked, and some of them are just race locked.
For the most part, there's only I think 2.
No, there's there's like 6 classes like that now.
That are gender locked, I mean.
Oh, just gender locked? I want to say there's 2. I don't remember on top of my head.
There's about 6 that are race locked, but that's not a big deal because there's always like, except for like 1 or 2, you can if your human is your thing, you can.
You're kind of crying at some point.
But I mean, for the most part, it's not a huge deal. I don't mind race locked. I hate gender locked though because there's no point for that.
Fair enough. I'll agree on that.
And that's because Asian MMOs are usually guilty of that more than any other MMO.
I am not. I wouldn't say no to that, but you're probably right.
BDO, Black Desert Online.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But yeah, Terra, I like it. How is the dungeons and the PvP?
So the dungeons are really nice because like you do have to actually learn them and dodge it. It's not, and you just can't be like lazy mode, like pressing. Oh, let's run to this 1, 2, 3.
Well,
but the other thing that's annoying
is
that when you need to farm something, you have to actually be active.
Yeah, you can't just like mindlessly watch TV while doing it. Maybe. I mean, for some stuff you can, but for some, and I know Slayer tanking is completely different than any other tanking ever. It's like more dodge based.
Oh no, that's Warrior.
Warrior.
Because I play Slayer as a main, and I know.
Okay. Warrior, because it's like you
have to actually dodge base, and you can block as a warrior, but it's very bad.
Yeah, so the game was pretty interesting. I like it for what it is. I mean, at this point, it's a little dated. It came out very dated. 2011.
I don't remember when it came out, but I remember coming out. It was a big thing, but then everyone stopped playing it quickly.
Yeah, it was originally a subscription.
It was originally. You are correct. Yeah, but then they came free to play.
I mean, everything eventually besides World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy become free to play or buy to play at least.
I do like the buy to play model a lot.
I do. We'll talk about the MMOs. That's probably my favorite model. So yeah, Terra. For what I've not played as much as Eugene, but I'll give you my score based on more early to mid game. I haven't really gotten to end game. Eugene's more of the end game guy, but from what I've played, I'd give it 7.
I'd give it an 8. I mean, it's good, but I would not put it probably at a 9 at all.
It's probably one of the best free to play MMOs.
Yeah, I mean the one thing
completely free to play.
You don't have to pay for any class or anything, and the only thing that paying does is cosmetics.
Yeah.
And a convenience item. It allows you, instead of like paying in-game gold, and you have to buy the scrolls, you can just teleport. So it just makes it much more convenient. It's a convenience at that point.
Yeah, I think...
I'm kind of fine with that.
Yeah, I think it's fair for free-to-play. I mean, it's going to be a slightly grindy-ish, but not nearly as grindy as other Korean MMOs.
Oh, it is definitely not grindy as other Korean MMOs.
It's maybe slightly more than World of Warcraft.
I don't remember. I don't know because I haven't played it in recent years.
But it's not bad. The grind is not bad. So if you're worried about, because it's an Asian base, because Asian based MMOs are generally a little bit more grindy. It's probably the least grindy of that. It's not not grindy at all, from what I can tell anyway.
And then going on to that, another free MMO is DFO Online.
Yeah, DFO is a weird thing. It's an MMO, but it's not.
It's an MMO arcade beat 'em up, really.
Dungeon Fighters Online. Dungeon Fighters Online. And this has a weird history because it was originally
by Nexon. At least in the United States. And then, and then they took it down.
It goes down for like 2 years, about, right?
I don't remember how long. Maybe longer.
Might have been longer. Yeah. Because Eugene and I played this way back when it first, or not first, but like
when it was on Nexon.
When it was on Nexon, like back in the early days.
And the grinding was horrendous back then.
Yeah, so this game is
nowadays the grinding you could probably do if you're willing to sit down in like 2 days.
So the game is instance based. It's a 2D scroller. So you have a town where everyone shares a town or whatever. And it's 2D, and then you have these instances which are like 2D beat 'em up
arcade levels.
If you play like Streets of Rage or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's like that.
But you got special moves now.
But you have special moves, so you have a lot of skills, but they're all tied to, and you choose what you're doing, but they're tied to combat, like kind of like Mortal Kombat, down, forward, punch.
Or you can put them onto a shortcut.
Or you put them on a shortcut, but it's better to have them on that.
I feel like you get some much more enjoyment that way.
Yeah, so so it's really cool. There's different classes. There's different, and it's a beat 'em up, and
each class is each class is locked to a gender.
Yeah,
but there's a male and female version, and I understand why they have to do this in this case.
Yeah,
because it is a sprite-based game, and making every sprite for different
And the different the mirror classes, like where there's a male and a female, but they're slightly different. The attack animations look different because they focus on
very different.
Yeah, they focus on different things. So they have like a mirror. So like, is the monk one? Is the
female monk's finally out? Yeah.
What is she called?
Oh, I think it's just female monk.
Is it? Because I know the gunner has an M gunner and an F gunner.
Yeah, that's female gunner, male gunner. Yeah,
but like for example, the witch or whatever has like a different class.
No, that's mage, and there's mage female, and then there's male mage.
Really? Okay.
The witch is a subclass. So like everyone's got a.
Oh, they have different subclasses.
Yeah.
Okay, that's right.
So
it's been a while.
Everyone starts off like with the same base. Like if you have the male gunner and the female gunner, they sort of start off the same way.
But each one has three sub. Is there four
subclasses now?
Four, yeah.
Except for male mage, which now has 5.
Wow, but the subclasses are different for the genders.
Yes, for the most, and they're very different. And if you do like the arcade beat 'em up, I do recommend that.
It gets very fast paced. You get better.
And once again, it's sort of like Terra. You cannot mindlessly grind because you do have to actively look at your screen.
Yeah, I like it. And if you want like more of a traditional, there's like a fighter class, which is like if you like Streets of Rage feel, because the fighter is.
Oh yeah.
What's his? Is that his actual base class? Is called fighter.
Fighter, yeah. And then
so I know he has like Nen Master.
If you want to play like all energy.
Brawler's cool because he fights dirty, right?
Yeah, he fights dirty. He throws poison at people and jump and dust and stuff.
It is sprite based. It is 2D. I really like this game for what it is.
I do too. I really like it.
Now, if you're into like, there is gear, but does not change how you look for the most part.
Only cosmetic does.
Only cosmetic items do, which is like costumes and stuff.
And there's a slight to pay to win in this, not very high. And the pay to win isn't that bad either in this game because you could actually buy it with gold.
Do they still have an energy limit when you go into dungeons?
Yes, they do.
So that's something that you should mention.
But they always give you ways to refill it in the game.
Yeah, there is an energy thing, so when you do run out of energy, you can no longer go into dungeons until it refills, but there are ways to refill it.
Especially power level events. It would be like, oh, I don't even have it at all during power level events.
But for a game, it's really good. I recommend anyone playing this, you need like a joystick or a controller for definitely.
I do not recommend on the keyboard, but it is very possible.
But controller, it's great. It's fun to play on the controller.
It feels great.
Yeah, it's very smooth.
And like I said, the only pay-to-win aspect is you could buy not avatar, but like an avatar undergarment. And then that would give you stats, but you can pay for that with gold, and you could farm those up. And another thing is that events will give it to you for free.
There you go.
So it's not. So even though there is a pay-to-win aspect, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, overall, I like it. There is no customization of how your guy looks. It is rendered. Like you play as a character with costumes. Yeah, but overall, it's a good game. If you really like the beat 'em up genre, are you looking for something slightly different? I mean, it was popular enough where it died for 2 or 3 years, but enough people wanted it back.
Yeah, I mean, you'll at least, if you're willing to look for it, you'll find an active community. It's not that.
Yeah, Nexon kind of abandoned it, but then it came back
by Neepal.
Neepal's a new one, yeah. So definitely, I'd give DFO 7.5, maybe an 8.
I give it 7.5.
It's fun. It's fun to do. Definitely try it out if you're a fan of the MMO or if you're looking for something different.
If you're looking for a different MMO or beat 'em up, I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah. What's next on our list?
Let's go with something that's very popular now. Something outside of finally MMOs. League of Legends.
Oh, League of Legends. Oh boy. If only we had Choi Boy because he plays a lot. And you play Dota.
I used to play a lot of League of Legends and I used to play a lot of Dota too. So I do have a lot of experience in this game.
I have some experience. I'm not a fan of MOBAs.
I am when you play with your friends. The problem is...
What do they call now? Ass faggots? It stands for something. I'm not just being an ass. Ass faggots is an acronym. I have to look it up.
Yeah, but it is... It is very... the community can be very bad and toxic.
Yeah, I mean that's in any community. I mean, even Paladins can have a little bit of that.
Yeah, that's true.
When it's team-based...
But, like, it's so much harder than, like, the other games I play.
It's the most toxic, I would say.
Like, I mean, I'm not even talking just League of Legends. I'm talking about, like, the whole, What's it called again?
MOBA?
MOBA, yeah, thank you. MOBA is just a mobile game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking up what that acronym was again.
Yeah, MOBA. Multi-online battle arena.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about... Here it is.
Oh
my God. I'm telling you, it's a thing. It's like arena something.
I know about this. Yeah.
Arena of Strife styled Fortress Assault. A game going on two sides.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So it is an acronym. That's the most accurate, they say, because people get offended. Ironically, people were upset that MOBA didn't fit it, and so someone kind of like an ass. He's like, you know what? Fine, MOBA doesn't fit it. We'll call it ass fag.
I remember about that. Yeah, going on two sides.
It does fit. Yeah.
I mean, like, if you don't know what a MOBA really is, it's really the long story short is you're playing an MMO and PvP at the same time within like a 20-minute to an hour gap.
Yeah, we talked about last episode, we talked about StarCraft and how UMS games became a thing. This is kind of born from...
No, it is born from UMS. It came from a StarCraft game, and then that came into like
Warcraft
a Warcraft 3 game.
Yeah.
Then someone took that, made it into like another Warcraft 3 game.
Yeah, what was the original, like...
Aeon of Strife.
Yeah. Aeon of Strife, ass faggots. But yeah, so... MOBAs are toxic, and that's because it's very... Like, if one person does not play well enough, it drags the entire team.
Yeah.
It's not based on individual... Like, you work as a team.
No matter how... Well, I mean, unless you're that good.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be, like, and it's usually... You're not. I mean, there's no way you can be better than an entire team working together.
I mean, you could be, but you would have to be, like, the world's best player.
And so what happens is people start blaming the guy who might not be playing meta, or
they'll just blame somebody else and push the blame on somebody else.
Yeah, so this is very toxic. People have been banned for not choosing a hero that's in the meta.
I know. One of them would be me, actually.
You got banned because you didn't play a hero?
No, because me and my friends didn't play in the meta. And so we got enough people reporting us for toxic, even though we won.
Yeah.
And we got banned.
Yeah, it's stupid. But League of Legends is actually slowly dying, I hear.
It is slowly dying. It is losing. It's because of... a lot of young people.
It's because of Battle Royale.
Yep, you are correct.
One of the best things that Battle Royale's done. But now we've traded one evil for another.
And I mean, so another thing is we're talking about the shop now. Is that I hate the League of Legends shop.
Okay, so let me know, because when I played when it first came out, League of Legends, so the shop was fair back then, at least.
It's sort of fair, but at the same time, not really. Because the thing is, like, in order to play the game, you have to pay for heroes. And there is no way to get a bunch of heroes, except for, like, some of the packs, but they only give you the early heroes. And all the good heroes are, guess what? All the later characters.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
So...
But yeah,
well, I mean, it's not 100% true on that, but most of that's true. Like, I would say, like, a lot, like, maybe 20% of the old heroes are good versus, like, yeah.
MOBAs in general, for me, like I said, it's not my genre. I hate it as much as Battle Royale, but I don't get the appeal as much. I mean, I got it at first, but I don't know why people, like, play it still.
I still love it. It's just that I love it when I play with my friends and we goof around.
Yeah, I guess I can see that. I mean, it does reward skill, I suppose.
Yeah.
So, for me, League of Legends, I'd give it... This is my personal score.
Once again, these are all personal scores.
I'd give it a 5.
I've given it a 4. I mean, like, the gameplay has gone stale over the year. They try to make...
Yeah, it should be noted I haven't played League of Legends in 2 years, so...
They try to, like, nerf things instead of, like, make things better or try something interesting. And so I can't like it. And then, while we're on the subject of MOBA... Smite.
Okay. Made by Hi-Rez, same people who made Paladins.
Hi-Rez is, like, the king of, like, off-brand.
For me, Hi-Rez is one of the better studios for free-to-play.
They are. I mean, like, they are the king of what's called, like, of Chinese ripoffs.
Yeah.
But they're good at it.
Yeah, so Smite. Smite is a MOBA. It's a little
very
different. Yeah.
No, it's not even like this.
It's because it's a third person, almost over the shoulder, where most MOBAs are like isometric view, where you're like looking from the top of the arena.
At an angle, yeah.
At an angle, and this is like you're looking over the guy's shoulder.
Yeah.
So it's different, and you play, and this is the history guy in me. You play as like different mythological gods.
Yep, and then once again, it's sort of like Terra-esque in a sense where you have to actually aim your stuff.
You have to aim. It's not just click and click, click, click. You aim.
And then it's like
there's different modes. It's not all the same.
They got different modes.
They have different modes. They have like events that go on. So it's Paladins. We kind of mentioned that, but they have different events, which are different modes to unlock certain skins and all that. They have. I don't know. I liked it. I played it on the console. Believe it or not, I played it on PS4.
I thought it was well done for a console.
Yeah. It's good. If you like mythology at all, you'll like it. I like the way they went with it. We're not going to spend much time on it because it's going to be retreading Dota and League of Legends a lot.
I mean, it is very.
It's a MOBA. I mean,
but it is very different from a MOBA. And if you want to play a MOBA but be also different than the normal, you could play Paladin. I mean, not play Paladin. Smite.
Yeah.
But either way, play Paladins.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Hi-Rez. We're looking for sponsors.
We actually like your games.
Yeah. Smite's good. I like Smite for a MOBA. I'd give that, keeping in mind I just gave League a 5, I'd give Smite a 6.5.
I give it a
7.
I give it a 5. I mean, it's not my cup of tea, but I do think it's better than League.
It does get a half a point more because it's mythology. I love mythology.
I mean, as you get to know us, you get to understand our scoring better.
Odin. Oh man, Odin. You can play as Odin in that game.
I love playing as Hades.
There's the Egyptian god. Okay, Ra.
We do got to play this game together.
Yeah. So that's Smite. You might want to check that out if you're looking for a MOBA. I recommend Smite. It's slightly different and not quite as toxic. It's still toxic.
You know, we're running close out of time. We should probably go on to that new thing that we're going to try out. The debate.
Yeah, so if you have if you want us to, before we move on, if you have any other games you want us to cover, we will. Why don't we quickly just we won't talk about it, we'll just give our scores.
All right.
Hearthstone.
It's
a card game.
Without going too much in detail, I'll give it a 4.
I agree.
Yeah,
card games do not. I don't think card games really work right now as they are.
I mean, I'm fine with card games. It's just I'm not happy with.
I like physical card games, so
it's the whole random on top of random on top of random. I dislike.
Let's see, Warframe. I'd give it a 6.
I give it a 5. It was all right.
Yeah, it's all right. It's very grindy. Just a heads up.
It is definitely very grindy.
Tree of Savior.
We played a lot of that.
We played a lot of that, 2 summers ago?
Yeah.
If you liked, what was that game called? Ragnarok Online.
Yeah.
It's not. I don't think it's as good as Ragnarok Online.
It is very different too.
Yeah, it's the same style. I'd give it. It's an MMO,
archaic MMO. Really.
We'll talk more about that. The MMO game, episode. But I'd give it a. That's tough.
I give it
5 or 6.
I give it a 6. It's definitely above average, but
it's very grindy.
But it's very grindy, yeah. And if you build your character wrong, you're gonna have to start all over, which is so annoying.
All right, if we've missed any games that you want us to talk about, we've probably already played it for all we know. Just didn't make our list. Let us know. Let us know what games that you would be interested in us, and we'll make it in one of our next episodes.
We'll even play it if we haven't even played it.
So just mention it. We'll mention it in our next Geek Potpourri, which is what we talk about before the main issue of each episode.
If it's not in the Geek Potpourri, we're probably going to talk about it in a future episode.
Yeah. So Eugene mentioned we are going to try something new with this episode.
So we are going to have a fun debate.
Yeah, we'll see. It's going to start off friendly, I'm sure.
Yeah, and the thing is, just so that we don't... Sometimes we really agree on something, and so there's no hard feeling. We're flipping a coin.
We're going to flip a coin to see who's on what side. So the discussion today is free-to-play games. And the question, or the debate, is going to be, are free-to-play games are they really free-to-play? Can you play free-to-play games worth the money, right? Can you spend nothing, or do they end up being cash grabs that you end up paying hundreds of dollars?
Yeah, just to play.
You end up spending more money on a free-to-play game than you would on just a buy-to-play game.
Yeah, I mean, in a sense, we could also go through Mobish on this, but
yeah. So that's the debate, and so we're gonna flip a coin. So it's a surprise. We have no idea. You have to take our word for it because you can't see the coin I have in my hand, but I have a quarter. It's a quarter. So we're gonna flip. Heads, Eugene will cover pros.
Pros for the cost?
Pros that you're for free to play, that you think it's worth it.
Oh, okay.
So heads, Eugene thinks it's worth it. Let's see.
Tails, Zach. And tails.
Heads. So you're for free to play.
I'm for free to play.
So I'm going to go against anti. Okay. Anti free to play. Should we flip another coin so who goes first, or do you want to go first?
You know what? I'll go first.
Go first.
It doesn't, unless you want to go first.
No,
right.
You go first.
So the one thing about a free to play game is the fact that, like, if you even wanted to even try a game, you kind of have to pay $60 and you have to kind of return it. And if you don't like it, what's free to play, if you play the free to play and don't like it, well, you lost nothing. So, like, you're not losing out. And, like, there's a lot of games that you could just earn every content without having to pay for it. I mean, there are games that are gated, like Elder Scrolls Online, but that's sort of pay to play at that point.
All right.
And so, like, if you play games like Paladin, you could just play the game for hours, unlock your favorite character. And sure, you may not get enough to get everybody out, you know, what's in their lifetime, but realistically, are you going to actually play everyone? I mean, really?
All right.
Yeah.
I can just sit up here and go cosmetics, mic drop, but
that's not untrue.
So here's what I mean by cosmetics, mic drop. In the older days, before these free-to-play games came about, and there's always been some free-to-play, you would buy a game, pay once. It's always been roughly $60, but I mean, there's cheaper. Let's say a $60 game. You buy it once.
60 because that is probably the average.
Everything's unlocked. That includes all the cosmetics. You don't have to pay any extra for the cosmetics. It wasn't really until Oblivion with the horse armor issue that cosmetics were bought. Cosmetics were free. You unlocked them in the game, and it wasn't a grind. It was somewhat of a grind, but it was more. EA recently used for Battlefront 2 that they wanted you to feel an accomplishment. And
that's not free to play. That's not free to play.
I know, but it has free to play elements. But that's why. And so I mention this because free to play has grindy elements because of its thing, because they want you to pay for convenience. They want someone like me who might not have as much time to play games as he once used to, but I still want to experience the cool looking armor that everyone else has. Well, you can either play 100 hours compared to if it was a buy to play game, which might be 20 hours of grinding, or you can just pay $9.99 and get it unlocked immediately. And so this adds up. As every patch begins to focus on these free-to-play games, these patches begin to focus more on the cosmetics than the gameplay, because that's where they're making their money, on the cosmetics. And so it hurts, in my opinion, free-to-play games, the patches are focusing on making money, and it hurts the gameplay in the long run, and gameplay does not change, it stagnates. So that's why that's one of the reasons why I think free-to-play games are not good. They're not worth your money. You end up spending, it's a nice way to try it out, but you're really not getting a whole game until you spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars sometimes.
I mean, like I said, you don't technically have to get every character. You just have to get the ones you want, which could be closer to, like, really $8. But then... Oh, wait, we're supposed to not agree with each other for a moment?
Yeah, if you can tell, if you can't tell, Eugene and I we both have mixed feelings about both. Yeah. We're not completely on one side or the other.
So this makes it really hard.
I play free-to-play games, right?
Yeah, we definitely both play. But going through this argument, like, there is definitely, one to each side, but, like, the thing about free-to-play also is that as long as it's not content lock paid, which at that point I call that pay to play.
They call games for service or something like that. Money for service.
Yeah.
There's a name for it now.
Yeah, because that's not free to play.
Right.
I'm not
games as a service. That's what I call it.
Yeah, but like any games, like look at Team Fortress 2. You could theoretically just never pay money. You could earn money, but you never have to pay, and you get everything. But I do hate that shop.
Yeah. That's my issue with free-to-play games, is the shop. The shop...
I mean, to be honest, the shop is...
They have to make their money somehow.
Yeah, I mean, we agree on that.
Here's where I think free-to-play games have gone too greedy. It should be... And Paladins kind of has this, but they do have cosmetics still, where if you pay $60, you should automatically, immediately unlock everything.
I don't mind cosmetics, actually.
And cosmetics, that's fine, but I just don't want them to be the focus of patches. That's what I'm worried about these free-to-play, because it focuses on the people paying money. It doesn't change gameplay, it doesn't balance, because that doesn't make them money. That time and effort. That's what I fear with free-to-play.
Oh, that doesn't make sense.
Where they focus too much on the cosmetic and microtransactions.
I think we got off topic completely. This has gone. We shot ourselves in the foot twice.
Yeah. Well, we have ADD. What can I say?
The problem is because it's very different for different companies. Like, if we talk about how Hi-Res did it, it's really hard versus like League of Legends. Like, if I pull up how Paladins did it, it'd be like a great way to talk. It'd be very great.
Yeah, but I would argue that there's always going to be companies that do better. But as a whole, most companies tend to be more greedy.
Like League of Legends did it.
Yeah,
that's why I'm saying like we could argue on this, but the problem is it's too varied on this subject.
Yeah, I mean, I could say, hey, vote who won. No, but no one's even listening. But there's no point. Maybe in the future we'll have people voting. We'll have people voting. We'll have time limits, and we'll go. I was in a debate team back in high school, we'll actually set up a more debate style. This is just for fun.
Trying to figure out how this works.
I would say normally would have you vote on who you thought had more of a point, but with the loot boxes being at an all-time low for everyone hating them and all that.
I hate loot boxes so much.
No one likes loot boxes. We're not going to do it for this one because we all know everyone's going to be against.
Like if we're going to be like, loot boxes are great, we'd be lying. We'd be...
I mean, loot boxes got their start in free-to-play games. Now they've moved on. They've infected pay-to-play games.
I don't mind like loot boxes if they're truly, truly free and it's all cosmetic.
I don't mind loot boxes and pay-to-play games if there's no, like, you have to spend in-game currency.
Yeah, but, like, when you get to the point you have to spend in-game currency for loot boxes, like even free-to-play, right? I do not like it.
Yeah, once you spend money, once you pay money for a cosmetic, that's a slippery slope.
I don't mind paying money for a cosmetic if you get what you pay for.
Right. I set myself a budget. What I do for any game, this is like for those of you who are curious, like how to do it. Set yourself a budget that you will not spend more than this amount. Maybe do it per month. I do it per the life cycle of a game. I say if I've paid more than $60 for a game, even if it's free to play, I'm no longer. I'm done. Once I hit, I think 70 is when I set myself up to.
Okay.
$70 to 80. No more. It's definitely less than 100. 70 to 80, depending on the game. Once I spend that, I am done.
I'd say for me, it's based on how much I play the game.
That's true because some games you can play. But then I ask you this because free to play games do this: are you playing a game or is it a job? Is it a grind?
That's what I'm saying. Like if I'm playing the game all the time because I really like it, I'm willing to put in more money. But if I'm playing like something just to try it out, I will not put that much into it. Like the amount of time I played like Terra, for example, I'd be willing to put like $80 and be okay, or $90.
Yeah.
But if I say that for like Path of Exile, which I played way less of, and say that I would be not okay with it. So I think for me, it's really based on how much time I played the game.
That's a fair thing. That's something you might want to do. Maybe every so many hours you spend, that's
like $1.
Yeah. Think about what is your time worth. I think a lot of people say $1 an hour or something like that.
So I put like $2 for every 2 hours I play in a game. I'm okay spending at least $1.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's what we talk about. So, if you're playing any free-to-play game, we recommend that you don't spend a whole lot of money because what that does...
Your limit is based on how you do it.
Yeah, it's based on you.
Two different ways. Yeah.
You have two different ways, but just realize that you send a message if you're buying all the stuff on these free-to-play games.
Oh, yeah.
You're sending a message that this is okay.
Yeah, I do not... Like, Smite, once again, that's my high-res.
High-res in general does a very good job.
Like, the one thing I hate about, like, League of Legends is that it's competitive game, gated by payment.
Yeah.
Because, like, you have to have, like, all the good characters in order to play at least somewhat competitively, and then that means that's money you have to pay for each one.
Right.
And if each character is, like, I don't know, like $15.
Whenever there's a meta... And that's great to go, well, you can unlock it in time. When there's a meta and they want you to play as that character, that kind of makes you force it. It's almost like pay to win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a pay to win to me, right?
Yeah.
But, like, if it's something like high-res, it's still pay to win. Don't get me wrong for that $30.
Yeah.
But it's reasonably pay to win.
$30, but the nice thing is you unlock any future heroes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm fine with that. And look at Dota 2. none of the characters you actually have to pay for, which is amazing. And like, sure, there are cosmetics, and they look some of them look really, really nice.
Yeah,
but they do nothing but looks.
Yeah, so I guess again we're getting off topic, but it is all about you in the end.
It really is, yeah.
Whether how much self-control you have, and whether you think it's your money. Do you think it's worth spending your money on a free-to-play game? I personally am not happy with $60. I used to get $60. I used to have a game like Diablo 2. I spent $60 on that, and I played it up until Diablo 3 came out. And really, I mean, I still played it after Diablo 3. So what I'm saying is that's like almost a decade.
Yeah, I mean, like
for $60.
I'm fine with free to play when you do it correctly. Like, I mean, like the whole, you pay for every character, but there are a lot of games that do not. Like Warframe, you have to grind it out.
Warframe, so
League of Legends,
Yeah, so my personal opinion is, I mean, free-to-play, I limit what free-to-play games I play. Paladins, I don't view it as a free-to-play game because I spent
because you could do that, and like I said, it's buy-to-play at that point, or it's free-to-play.
It's still cheaper than Overwatch. Or,
it's a duality.
Yeah, so...
Actually, that's probably a good point. Would that be duality or not? Like, that'd be like duality for a game. You could have it as a pay to play or free to play.
I like that. And by the way, if you do decide, like, you're playing Paladins for free and you unlock a few heroes using gold.
Oh, I love how fair
or
that is.
even does it do for crystals if you buy them with crystals?
I don't know about crystals.
We know if you do it with gold, like, because you get gold.
You can pay every character with.
And let's say you buy 3 characters of gold, but you're like, you know what? I want all the characters, and you pay that $30, and you're gonna be like, man, I wasted gold on characters when I paid $30 to unlock 24 characters instead of 30 or whatever.
Yeah.
They refund your gold.
Yeah, so they're very fair on that.
So whatever gold you spent, we don't know about crystals.
I don't know.
I've never spent. I spent a little bit of. I bought unlocked 2 characters with gold before I bought I never used crystals to unlock anyone.
I got the what's it called, the Founders Pack. So I got it because like it was really cheap. I decided to try it out and try the beta out. Yeah, which is kind of why I started originally, which was really bad at first, but got much better. So I've never known how to deal with that or anybody else.
Yeah. So I mean, it all depends on the company. Hi-Rez, again, please sponsor us.
We really actually like your game.
Yeah, I mean, I like Smite. I like Paladins. Realm Royale. I don't like the genre, but hey, if you make...
It's my favorite of the Royale games.
I think Hi-Rez is probably one of the more fair free-to-play.
It really is, because like $30 for everything versus League of Legends, like... What was it? Somebody said it was like $500 and some odd dollars last I heard.
Yeah, it's ridiculous to unlock everything. You mean?
Just not even just skins, just the characters.
Yeah, it's like hundreds of dollars to unlock all the characters.
Yeah.
Where like a game like Paladins, $30, and they just released a new one beginning of June. Furia.
Yeah, Furia, which I absolutely love.
She's a great character. Yeah. She support. I don't do heals, but I like her because you can just throw up a heal and then kill people and then throw up another heal. Cause it's a heal over time / instant. Anyway,
we're going off topic again.
Yeah. This should be the episode we should call us Paladins.
we really should make an episode dedicated to Paladins at this point.
Yeah, we might do like a play with us or watch us play. Or we have like a cameras where me and Eugene are playing. Maybe we'll do like a contest to see who can get more kills or something like that. And we'll make it fun. Like maybe we have people like bet on who can get more kills. Spoilers: Eugene's been playing since beta. I've been playing since last week. So
I mean, I did play on and off, and there's a big off period. But I did play
like
since
your count level. I think was like 71 or something like that.
No, it's like 50. No, it's like 60 something. I think.
Mine's 20.
But it's close. Yeah.
So, but yeah, we might do that, and this won't be. It would not be part of our podcast. It'd be like a side episode. We do.
I mean, if you really want to see this, please comment and subscribe.
So yeah, we've kind of naturally segued into like the end, our end section. So again. We do want to be interactive with our listener.
Yeah,
I use the singular. The one person listening to this.
I mean, besides Troy Boy, I do think we do get a couple other people. Yeah, I do know Troy Boy is a listener. Yeah, we talk about it.
Yeah, we've had listeners. Surprisingly, our first episode got like, I think we're at 9 views, which none of them are me because I don't like to listen to my voice.
One of them is me because I did want to make sure that we sounded okay. It's not that fact.
Tell me I'm sexy.
Tell me I'm sexy and
my voice. I don't like my voice. My voice is terrible.
No, I hate my voice.
In my head, my voice is very macho and awesome. Then it just comes off as whiny and.
In my voice, in my head, it sounds nerdy, and the mic, it sounds super nerdy.
But yeah, so we're getting some. We're hoping to get followers. We're not going to give up. This is just a side thing for us.
I enjoy this.
Yeah, we have fun. We meet up.
As long as we get like a few people enjoying it, it's great.
And after this, we're gonna play probably Paladins.
Probably.
We play some games. I come over. We play some games afterward. It's pretty fun. Yeah. So we want you guys to get involved, and what we mean by that is maybe give us an idea of a theme for an episode that you want to see in the next couple. I mean, depends on whatever.
Give us a theme.
Give us a theme.
Or give us games to talk about.
Because that's our thing. Our episodes are all going to be theme based. Because mostly. I think what's our next one? Did we decide?
I don't think we've decided, but
we're working on our next episode. We're thinking it was either best of non-games or whatever.
Oh yeah, best of non-interactable media, meaning that like non-board games,
non-games in general.
Yeah,
but so what we like in the
movies, comic books.
It was either going to be that. We do have an AARPG episode, as we mentioned, and an MMO episode coming up.
We do have a lot.
We have a lot. We're going to have an anime special, I'm sure, at one point.
Yeah, we
might have Dragon Ball Z, just a Dragon Ball Z episode.
So we did have some list.
Yeah, we have a list of things. So if you're curious, here's a list we came up with. We're going to be transparent and tell you what we've got planned. We're still working. And so if there's anything that we mentioned that you haven't heard, please give us in the comments. So here's the episodes we have: MMO, AARPG, a best of, Halloween themed. We mentioned that already. Yeah, comedy themed. Believe it or not, we did a comedy clips. Remember, we had a couple comedy videos.
Oh,
we did
back in the day. Wow, those were old.
Fantasy based, steampunk, worst of, sagas, what we were wrong about, and so those are just some of the ideas we're thinking of. So again, if you will, please comment,
like, and subscribe.
Comment if there's anything you want to hear us talk about. If there's any suggestions, I promise I won't hunt you down. Because I'm not... I can take criticism. Shut up. I can take criticism.
No, you can't. Are you sure about this?
Hey, I swear to God.